Hey guys, so it is Wednesday and I'm not cooking. I know this is a little bit out of order, but something has really been kind of weighing on me today, and I just didn't feel like today was the day to put up the cooking video. So we're just gonna run with this, okay? Plus I had a bunch of running around to do earlier today, some family things needed taken care of, and I'm farm sitting for my uncle, so I did that too. Fortunately, it will get a lot smoother after today. Today was a little bit of a rough one, but regardless, I decided that this was the video I was making today. Things have just been weighing on my mind a little bit, and I felt like we should talk this out together. So the very first thing is just, this is basically the whole what I'm talking about today. People are collectively losing their shit. There's a lot of different reasons, and the first reason, and what I want to talk about first, is the fact that there's a lot of people that are worried about losing their jobs. Now, I know some people personally that this also applies to in government positions, and it's really a scary time for a lot of these people because they are at risk of losing their jobs. Me, on this homestead journey, as a prepper of sorts, this is what I do. So this is why I want to talk about it. And I'm not perfect, and I by no means have 2 years of food stored or anything like that. But this is why we do what we do. In 2020, I started really diving into this lifestyle. Even prior to that, and I've touched on this before, I think, there was a TV series that came out called The Walking Dead. And I had been into conspiracies of sorts previous to that, like been introduced to them and believed in them. And when The Walking Dead came out, it really put you into a scenario of, what would I do? Turd, sorry, I have a little goat down here running into the tripod. You wanna come say hi? No? All right, bye. Anyways, it really put you into the mindset of, what would I do if everything went to shit? And that really changed a lot for me, just that series. It was very well done, especially at the beginning. If you've never watched it and you have, good stomach, you like those types of things, highly recommend. It puts you in the mental capacity of when you go to Walmart and you enter the restroom and you think, if something really bad were to happen, how would I get out of here? Look at this chunk, by the way. Look at him. He's bad. By the way, we have casually decided to keep Mr. Junior here. Oh yeah, you like that. Keep Junior. We're going to rehome his daddy, but that's for another video. He just wanted his time in the camera here. Go back, go get her. Come on, go get her. Harley's over there playing with him. He just thinks my tripod's great though. Harley, if there's a bump, I'm sorry. Anyways, so we're not talking about The Walking Dead. However, we're talking about how my mindset got to where it is. Then 2020 rolled around, and that was it. That was it for me. I was fully committed to the prepper lifestyle. I was fully committed to getting myself as far out of debt as possible. I was fully committed to making sure that my family lived almost meagerly in a way. I didn't want to live beyond my means because if something happened, I didn't want to not be able to afford what I had. We really kind of reined it back and stopped doing a lot of the things that we had done before. Just because, one, is it ever really bad to be more frugal? I don't think so. But also, those things were not necessary, and if I'm being quite frank, I don't miss any of the things that I did. It's just really a mindset that you have to take on, and you have to be at the right place in your life, I think, to be able to commit to this. But great tragedies can happen no matter what's going on in the world. I could wake up tomorrow and, God forbid, lose a family member. If something were to happen to Jeff, our lives would turn upside down. But I like to think that we're in such a position that we could make it work and we could survive. Would we have to dial things back in even more? Sure we would. But that's just, you know, that's what you prepare for. And setting yourself up that you're used to living with just a little less than the average person. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm poor. Obviously, you see everything we do here on this farm. You know that that's not the case. But what I mean by doing less is less going out to eat. I don't have a car payment, and we don't have a car payment on anything. We have older used vehicles, and we're good with that. I don't have to have the newest, best of the best. You know, we've paid off most of the credit cards that we had, and what we have left is basically a mortgage. The goal is to not have a mortgage, and just the more financially secure you can get yourself, the more it makes sense. And I feel horribly for all of these people that, hi dear. I feel horrible for all of these people that are really worried about losing their jobs. But I hope that this is a moment in time where they can see what they can do in their own lives to make it a little bit more manageable. You know, pay off those credit cards. And I was thinking to myself, what would I do if I were in that situation? If I was offered an 8-month severance package, 8 months fully paid, you know, to go find another job. I think what I would do is find another job immediately and take that 8 months pay and pay down a debt, or buy, you know, extra food, or do some of the really important things that you know are a financial burden. Then find your job, you know. If it's the fact that you think that you can't find a job paying the same, am I in your way?
No.
If you can't find a job paying you the same, you take that 8 months of pay and you pay down some of the debt that you have that's, you know, creating that worry, and then you know, you go find a job and hopefully you can make ends meet. Sometimes you might have to get 2 jobs. That's just the way that it kind of has to go right now. But hopefully people will be able to start seeing that, you know, keeping up with the Joneses isn't always the best way to be, and if you can dial it back in a little bit, that will be helpful. You know, put up food storage, you know, pay down debt. That's like the most important thing that you can do. And I know that's difficult for some people, and I know some people that might be losing their jobs, that's not the case. But, you know, I feel really bad, and I just hope that they see that what's happening right now is for the greater good, which leads me to my second point. I see, I'm not sure if it's true. I have from a good source that it might be true, but I haven't looked into it yet. They say that the Dems are trying to impeach Donald Trump again. And they're gonna keep doing this until the day he dies. It's just the same song and dance. Also, they were trying to summons Elon Musk to the Supreme Court. However, that got shot down by the Republicans. The Democrats are big mad right now. Big mad, and they should be, because a lot of them are very corrupt. And what they should be is not mad, but very scared, and I think that's what it is. I don't think they care at all about people's rights, but they're sure trying to get them fired up. And that's because they're terrified of what's going to be found. And I have a good feeling every stone will be unturned. Every bit of truth is going to come out, and I feel very good about that. Now, Donald Trump is making good on all of his campaign promises, but I see a lot of people that are kind of shock and disbelief right now. And to that I have to say, did you think any of this was going to be easy? Did you think any of this was going to be a walk in the park? Did you think that drastic change could be done without great upheaval of people's jobs, lives, and mentality, basically? This is gonna get ugly, I think, before it can get better. But the trajectory that we're on right now, the trajectory that we're on is for greatness. We are destined for greatness if we continue on this path. But we need to look past, everybody's fed with the horses.
Okay.
They were screaming and I shut them up. We're on a path to greatness. We just have to continue on, trudging forward, and not listening to the noise. And there's going to be a lot of noise because people are scared.
Chase, look.
people are people are going to be throwing absolute tantrums, and we see that now. We see them trying to instill panic. Nobody's rights are going to be lost. Nobody's privileges are going to be taken away. The illegals are going to be removed, and that's for the best, and everybody should be thankful for that, because they came here illegally. Every one of them is a criminal. They can come back lawfully, but they have to go through the process. That's what's expected. I've seen somebody make the analogy of, and I thought this was clever, this is a good way to put it. Somebody robbed a bank. Somebody robbed a bank, and somebody told you that that person robbed the bank. People are mad at the person that told them the bank was robbed, and not mad at the actual robber. That was the analogy, and that's exactly what's happening, and it's bizarre. But it's not really that bizarre when you think the people that are so pissed are the ones that are implicit of guilt themselves. And it's just, so much corruption is going to be brought to light, and that's going to be painful for a lot of people. For the people that did the corruption, and for the people that believed those people. And it's just going to be basically up to us to hold firm, hold steady, hold the line, basically, if you will. Okay, it's a little bit later. I'm back in the barn in the same place. Pardon my animals, they've got loud mouths and don't realize they just ate half an hour ago. I, however, did realize that the camera stopped recording. I really have to get used to this, so forgive me. Anyways, what I was saying is we just really are going to have to hold the line. We're going to have to be the backbone right now, and I think we're going to have to reassure a lot of people that everything is going to be okay. It's just going to take some time. There is one other thing that I want to talk about, and that is the fact that everybody's freaking out about him talking about Canada being the 51st state, the purchase of Greenland, and also Gaza, the Gaza Strip, he wants to demolish and rebuild. Canada being the 51st state is basically him just being very facetious. He's never intending for Canada to belong to the United States. When he's talking about that, he's speaking about our relationship with one another. If the United States and Canada work together collectively, we could be a huge superpower. And that's all I think he really wants. I think he wants Canada really to be the best partner with the United States that could possibly be. And Donald Trump's a bit of a troll. We all know that. But he in no way, shape, or form intends for Canada to be the 51st state. I just think he wants us to have such a close working relationship that it appears that they are the 51st state. Greenland, he's not going to take it by force. Obviously, he's in negotiations, I believe, about purchasing it. And there's reason for that. It's not an expansionist mentality. What it is strategic. And it would be good strategy. Greenland will still be Greenland. It'll just be a territory. It'll be no different than the territories that we have to the south. And right now, Greenland isn't even owned by Greenland. Greenland is owned by Denmark. So it would just be a different ownership. And they have the approval, I believe, to do that by, I don't know which world organization approves such things, but I think people just read too much into this. Now, the Gaza Strip is fascinating. However, if I'm an outsider and I'm looking at this logically, I'm seeing we just kicked out a bunch of pro-Palestine people, right, out of our country that organized a bunch of, I don't want to say riots, protests and such like that, okay? So we are sympathizing with Israel, which is an ally. We are sympathizing with the Jews, and that needs to happen. That being said, to be able to sequester any future chances of military retaliation by Palestine, by any of those countries over there, especially since he just went over there and blew up a bunch of caves, which is awesome. I believe that this is a way to give the Palestinians a way to make money. He's giving them a way to make money. they've always been angry at Israel, from my understanding, that they have Jerusalem, okay? That is a big tourist attraction. That is a way to make money. Palestine is very, very poor. By him going over there and rebuilding the Gaza Strip, that's going to give them a way to make wealth, okay? I believe this is a strategy that is much deeper than any of us could fathom. He's a brilliant businessman. And I think by doing this, he's trying to smooth things over. Now, people will say that money should be spent here first. Yeah, I get it. However, I do think by investing in the way that he is, it is going to save us a bunch of money in the long run. It is going to save us a shit ton of money because he is going to give them a means to make money so that they are no longer poor, which will stop a lot of the fighting. So that's just my take on that. I'm not saying that that's why. There could be other reasons, but he's much more brilliant than I am, so I assume that he knows exactly what he's doing. But all these people are like, oh, he's taking over all this stuff. There is reason for it, and he's not taking it over. It's not going to be United States 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0. It's just, there's reason for it. I think there's some other reasons for Greenland too, but I have to do more digging before I can come on here and talk to you guys about that one. If you know about it, you can comment it down below. If not, I'll do some digging and we'll talk about it later. That sums up everything I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. That gets it all off my chest. I feel a lot better now that we can talk. You guys are like my buddies, and sometimes you just gotta call up your buddy and have a good conversation. So that's what this is tonight. And I'm excited that the corruption is being exposed. And quite frankly, I'm excited to see people having the meltdowns because, yeah, their jig is up. Now, I do want to do some housekeeping on the tail end of this here video. First and foremost, I dropped some new merch, just a couple little tea towels on my Etsy shop, and the link is always down below in the description. They're organic cotton. Now, I don't make them in-house. They will be drop-shipped item, but I did design them, and so we have, there's a coffee-themed one, there is a chicken-themed one, and then, of course, there is a anarchyacresfarmstead one with Rebel on it, our little Highland bowl. So I hope you guys enjoy those. It was important to me that these were sustainable and they were made out of organic cotton. So that's what I was all about. So I'm really happy that I can offer you those. Also, I will be dropping some of my leather work onto the Etsy shop as I complete it. They'll be just like little bags, purses, wallets. I'm gonna make sure I try to cater to everybody there. And as I make things, I'll put them on there. I was even thinking about making some leather garden aprons, so if you guys are interested in anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. Also, there's a handful of you guys that have paid memberships to this channel. And to that I say thank you so much, and I really appreciate you. And to show that I appreciate you, I am planning on doing some members-only reels throughout the week, so watch for that. And not this video, but in the future, I'm going to drop my videos early for members, and then everybody else will get to see the same video later on. So I hope that helps. I was also thinking about making a closing screen at the end of videos with my member names on there. So let me know what you guys think about that down below. I never ask for anybody to sign up to be members. You guys just did that on your own, and that means so much to me that you're investing in me and my channel. So I appreciate you, and I'm just gonna try to do my best to give you guys back some benefit that of my gratitude. So I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you're not too mad that it's not a cooking video, but sometimes your girl's gotta talk, you know? So anyways, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you in the next one.